Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. So this morning's intention is one pointed, and it's a very bold intention. I believe every single one of us needs this morning. I'm talking directly to the whole idea and the phenomenon of how much the times that we're living in has created an epidemic of self-judgment, self-criticism, self-loathing, and a chronic sense of not enoughness, really challenging our self-worth. So this morning I want to give us a healing practice. All of us, myself, you, probably every single human being on this planet right now is looking for a way to reclaim a sense of joy, a sense of peace, a sense of purpose. And I think it all begins with three key practices that underscore and align with something called self-compassion. Self-compassion. Studies show it helps our immune system, it helps our DNA, it helps our mental and emotional well-being. It helps us to absolutely remember the vow that we took when we took our first breath. I'm a big believer that all of us are here to fulfill a divine contract. And that divine contract is simply knowing that each and every day we are being asked to express the version of ourselves that is most awake, most alive, most aware, and that only happens under the influence of love. A deep, unwavering, unfiltered love of ourself. So self-compassion has three components: self-kindness, mindfulness, and the third one is all about the idea of challenging any belief with love. Any belief that comes up that says, you know what, you're not worthy, you're not enough. And between self-kindness and self-compassion and this idea of mindfulness, being mindfully aware of when the voice that is not our truth. Let's also be very clear about that. That voice that says we're not enough, that voice that criticizes, that voice that judges, is not the truth of who we are. That is a part of our life that we have kind of woven into a narrative that studies show more and more is coming from a comparison to how we feel when we look at the world, how we feel when we're sad, how we feel when we're distant, how we feel when we're alone. And it shows up in our mind as a level of self-contempt. And how we move ourselves back towards this wholeness, this integration, is beautiful. Because self-kindness is literally that when you have any belief that you say, oh my gosh, I feel myself not measuring up. I feel myself moving away from the truth of who I am. I feel myself needing to remember what it is that I want to be standing for. That is an act of heroic kindness. Mindfulness is simply the way that we begin our day. Open to the idea that we are going to wake up and literally set an intention for being aware and awake to when old narratives that are not our truth want to come in, challenging them with love, challenging them with a level of love. You know, self-compassion is a superpower these days, and it's finding its way into our lives in the most beautiful ways. Because this morning, you are being met with all kinds of opportunities to allow yourself to go on automatic pilot in terms of your thinking, in terms of the way you're going to show up for yourself. Or if something that you know is not in integrity with your purpose, with your idea of who it is that you want to be in order to fulfill this contract, then you have the opportunity each and every moment of your life to challenge it. Challenge it with a level of reverence. Challenge it with gratitude. Challenge it with joyous hope. All of those things are part of self-compassion. It is all too easy to fall prey to the valley of average. The valley of average is a place that sometimes we reside, not even knowing that we're there, but because we're too tired to keep running and we're too scared to stop, we just fall in to that valley. Well, today I ask all of us to consider the power of rising out of that valley through these three practices. These three practices allowing us to recognize the truth of our being, the real truth, the truth that you know is just yearning and aching to be expressed. This is a powerful time and a powerful opportunity to resurrect the truth of who you are, to identify yourself through faith, that you have an ability that transcends reason. Because I do believe under the influence of what happens a lot in this world these days, the way that we don't feel like we're enough, the way that we don't want to align with status quo and groupthink, that in of itself is a heroic measure of self-expression of this love and compassion. So, this morning, today, tomorrow, every day the rest of our lives, let us stand for the truth of who we are, and let us do it with a level of reverence and courage and self-compassion that becomes who we are each and every day, all the way to bring us home to the truth of what we know. So with that, much love, all blessings. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.